took the original scanning of the fund balance system. They came back, as we all know, what, a Friday or 2 Fridays ago, and did another image. Now that that has been done and they see the track record of our fund balance system and that there's no changes that have been made, IRH can now go into that system and extract all of those dollars. That is not a secret. That is not anything other than what we've been talking about all this time. All the information has been fed to them hard copy. The agreement that was just approved in the special meeting gave IRH the authorization to go in and start the reconciliation. Now that they... Go ahead.
The reconciliation that they've been doing since August?
No,
oh, okay.
no. The contract that they were given, if you read through it, it gives them the authorization to go in and update our fund balance system, to reconcile our general ledger, our trial balance, all of the things that have not been completed over the years, and all that's documented in previous audits. If you go back and read those audits, it states everything that was not done, incomplete. They're going to do that cleanup. That's what they have been contracted to do. The agreement that was just passed in the special meeting.
January 27th.
No, just a couple of weeks.
The
special meeting that they had.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing reconciliations.
Bank statements. They were contracted originally to do our bank statement because our audit with Lauterbach and Amon documented that we had not had a bank reconciliation for several years. They were initially contracted to reconcile the current years, 20, that's what they're going to speak about tonight.
So
they were only doing bank reconciliations.
And in January 2017, for 3 months, the contract was to do
bank reconciliation.
Again, so August 2016, they came to University Park, right? So August 2016, they came to University Park, and I don't recall seeing that contract out. I'm sorry, I don't recall seeing it.
We didn't have one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We didn't have one.
And then in January, we did another contract for $15,000 a month for 3 months, right?
We didn't enter into an agreement with the village until January.
Right, January 2017.
Correct.
And then in March 28th, there was a special meeting and there was another contract. So I just want to know what was done August 2016 to January 2017, because if that's bank reconciliations.
And our levy, and the treasurer's report, and the budget.
Okay, so if we can detail all that, because there's 3 separate time periods.
Yeah, the first time.
And I just wanted.
When we were initially contacted, we were asked to come in and talk about TIPS training, to review your TIPS, right? Once we got in.
TIP transfers?
No, training.
Oh, training.
Clear. TIP training. We provided each board member with a packet from our company. If you recall, it has a yellow binder on it, right? That's what we were originally contacted to look into and provide the village with some resources that would help you all to better understand the TIP process and those things. In the interim, we were bombarded with a number of questions from the village that you guys had no knowledge of as it related to preparing the reports that were due.
I'm sorry, when you say that bombarded with numbers, no knowledge, who's no knowledge?
Well, whomever would normally prepare those tax levy reports and things of that sort for you, they were not being done.
No knowledge up there, okay.
Right? So we were asked to come in and help and assist with getting you guys back on track.
Okay.
And as we've talked about on numerous occasions, getting that information was a true nightmare because your system is so, not only is it an outdated system, but it was so bogged down with information from previous years. The system had never been closed out. So you had about 3 or 4 years still in your system, so making it impossible to pull accurate information. So for 3 months, we used that time to decipher and, just try to figure out what was what so that we could provide you with accurate information, so that you could submit accurate reports to the different entities that were due them.
Now, are you working with the auditors at all? Where are they? Where do they fit in this whole?
Which
equation?
auditors are you referring to? I'm sorry? No, we're not working with them.
Are they working with us at all here?
There's nothing about it.
No, I'm saying, because I remember when they came here and said that they would not come back here until we had qualified people.
To my understanding, that was their position, and based on the fact they also noted that because you had not done reconciliations for so many years, they refused at that point to do anything else.
Okay.
And in our discovery, I mean, there's not only 2 years missing, there's years of information that is missing.
Finish the timeline, please. August to January.
Correct.
Cleaned up everything.
Correct.
January to
Cor-
March was.
And so January to March was the bank reconciliations for the 2 years. Okay.
Hey, Trustee, you finished, Trustee Oscar Brown?
My question was just real quick. What we have now is what's going to be submitted to the website. You're going to make corrections and submit a second draft both to us and to the website for public consumption, along with the newly elected board members. And in order to get this process started, we need to vote on this today and have that passed. Would that be a correct assessment?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you want to put it.
You can start somewhere, and it's ugly.
Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I do that, please? All right, roll call, please. Not nice. First reading.
Trustee Larry Brown. Trustee Bowles. Aye. Trustee Payton.
Aye.
Trustee
Both sides for first reading.
Trustee Rudess.
Aye.
Trustee Oscar Brown.
All right.
Mayor Kirk.
No. Yes. Okay. Bills list paid and payable. Is there a motion?
So move.
Moved by Trustee Rudess, second.
Second.
Second by Trustee Milton Baker. Questions, concerns, comments on the bills payable? Go ahead, Trustee Milton Baker.
I know the general public over a number of months have been asking for information related to, our bills payable. And what we have, which will also, I guess, be put on the website, well, it's been out there on the check register, so don't look for it on the bills payable. It's a check register that's out there that'll show you everything that's been paid. What we have tonight are some current things, but also the list of all of the bills that we were paying for the last 3 years that were overdue. So that's why there has not been a current bills payable, because we've been working on paying the bills that have been overdue, in some cases by as much as 3 years. Okay, so this will, by us approving this bills payable tonight, all of this information will be put out on the website for you to see.
And not only that, the village is now only behind 2 months in paying their vendors. Because of the $3.2 million tax anticipation warrant that we received that has since been paid back, that this big packet you see is included in the board packet and will be placed out on the website. So all of the unclarities or the lack of understanding is going to be out there in more detail. It also demonstrates the bank statements at the time of the 3 years that shows just how much money the village did have in the bank at that time to show that we did not have the money, hence supporting the 3-point-some-odd million helping us to come current. The 1.7 million that was awarded in the special meeting is now allowing us to bring our vendors current up to the 2 months, as well as payroll up until our first tax disbursement. The resolution is out on the website. You can see how that TIF is going to be paid back. The money will be extracted directly by the bank out of the tax disbursements to pay it back, which will be the first time in University Park history that it was done properly by resolution and paid back by direct bank extraction. No hands can touch it other than Will County and the bank in which it goes into. So with that being said, the packet that we have now, we're providing the purchase orders not only because the public asked to know what we were paying, but this is our way of asking for approval to actually input them into the system so that we can generate an actual bills payable, then checks can be cut. Not getting the bills payable first and then coming back after the fact.
So did I hear that I'm not sure, it's this list here, bills payable, and then there was another list. I didn't print that out. It was 128 pages with your letter.
That's the packet that we had the meeting on.
Okay.
So you didn't get to have that meeting with us. We sat down, you weren't in attendance, but we had an actual joint finance and board committee meeting, and we went through this 100 and some odd pages. So please don't reprint it. You already have it.
Okay, good. So some of that has already been paid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you need to get the packet.
Right. So, and I thought so. And so my concern with that is I've asked on many months or many board meetings to see what has been paid, and I was told we didn't have the money, we weren't paying bills paid, we weren't paying anything.
You weren't paying anything to be approved. We were paying past debt of things that were previously approved. That's what's inside the packet.
So
It shows you the board had been approving and approving and approving, and we were not paying. So we were taking the 3.2 to pay what the board had already approved. So that's this 100 and some odd pages.
128. So that 128 pages is invoices or debt that had been approved when?
If you pick up your packet, check it out, it goes back to 2014 forward, and we went through every single set of documentation. In the check registry, if you go onto the website, you go over to the actual departments. When you go to scroll down, you'll see finance. Keep going down to village manager. Adjacent to village manager, it says check registry. That's everything that was paid, and this packet will be out, is going to be out there now that the board has seen it, that you can do apples to apples.
My concern is that I did ask the same thing. And I made the statement, and I said, and I was told that Trustee Payton made statement that they were stale checks, and that's what we're paying. I said, okay, what is the priority of the checks being paid? I didn't get an answer. I didn't get a list. I said, what's the priority of the bills in 2015? Are we paying, are they still, I understand that, but we were not receiving bills payable. Any evidence of that, we're paying them. Okay, so what are you paying? What is the priority of the payments, and who are you paying? All right, didn't get that. Then, and now, we're paying bills, which we got this last night, 7:30. I didn't have a chance, and I had my package, and I picked my package up, and I was at that meeting, but I didn't have a chance to really compare this to that. And now I'm trying to understand, we paid that $2.5 million, plus the money that came in from the taxes, plus the 3.2 million. I'm just not comfortable on how we're doing it. What do we pay? Who do we pay? What priority did we pay them in? And if we're paying, and now you say we're 2 months, and I do receive the phone calls of the people saying we aren't paying, they're not paying, and lawsuits and threats all the time. It's very nerve-wracking. But I can't tell them anything because I don't see anything. I can't see any accounts. I don't know what you're paying or when you're paying it. So now I'm looking at these, and I know when we're going to stop paying the attorney, Diamond, because I see that's another $10,000. I saw that in the Treasury report, $10,000. So hopefully this makes some sense, but
I'm going to clarify it all. The way we prioritize it is if you have 3 years worth of debt, it's all the priority. So they were all paid. If you already approved them over three years.
Donna, let me stop you right there, please. I understand. I know we did not know when we were approving the bills that they weren't paid. That's real clear, crystal clear. I understand that. But when I said, now that we're paying the bills, they said that we weren't seeing bills payable. Okay? And then they said because we're paying stale bills. And then I said, well, what stale bills are we paying? What's the priority of what we're paying? And I didn't get that. And now I'm getting all of these and saying we're paying all of these now. Are these the stale? What's the priority?
We don't have any more stale, Mayor.
No,
when we had that joint workshop, we were all clear at that time. The stuff that you see now is being paid out of that $1.7 million that special meeting allowed us to pay our debts. As far as the tax anticipation warrant, we had no choice but to pay it back because it's automatically taken out just like with this resolution. Everything you see here is looking for approval so that you can see you're going to be paying Attorney Diamond for some time because you all never paid him. I'm surprised that he hasn't sued.
Well,
but
he was threatening, but that was
he doesn't work here. That when they changed the attorneys,
$1 million that I didn't vote for, so whatever.
well, when he was the attorney at the time,
$1 million, yeah, it was. That was ridiculous. But anyway, okay.
the changing of the guards caused him not to be paid. If we change attorneys again tomorrow and we don't pay them, they'll just be like Attorney Diamond.
I understand that. Okay, let's go.
Mayor, I would just like to clarify something because you said that you didn't know what the priorities were. Maybe that was the meeting that you missed because we specifically addressed what the priorities should be in terms of what should be paid, just like on the road projects. We went through that also and established what the priorities were. And what we said was we need to pay on a priority basis those things that will keep the village running, such as utilities, that kind of thing. Right, contractual stuff, some essential things that the police department or the fire department and so forth need to have. That's what we said. Now, I don't know if you recall that or maybe it was a meeting that you missed, but we specifically established the priorities because it was asked of us to give the priorities.
Thank you. I did ask that, but I said I want it written. I just wanted to see it specifically. But I've been bounced off.
Well, the blessing is that the new board gets to walk in knowing that they are not walking into 3 years worth of debt.
That's right.
It's been reconciled. They have a day one forward opportunity.
Thank you, Trustee Wilson.
So I'm looking at one of these invoices for Wellstar. It's from December 2016. We didn't pay that till now.
Let me clarify. We didn't get every single one of them. There are some that we are being contacted by. We paid what we knew was in the office. As people contact us, we're paying them. We didn't get everybody. Yeah, I'm getting defensive, not because of you, but because of the efforts that were put forth to bring the village current and to be happy that the new board is walking into a cleaner slate. And the thing is now we're not saying every single thing was paid, but the bulk majority, $3 million worth, was taken care of. There are going to be some stragglers, but it's not going to be $3 million worth.
Okay.
What legitimizes them is that the board previously approved them over the course of time.
You had the minutes, or the board did not approve any minutes tonight. So
I'm sorry?
Who's the vendors? Who's the contractor personnel? I mean, what's going on?
Well, just go out on the website. I've already explained it all.
I go on the website, I haven't yet seen anything.
Check registry. It's been out there for months.
Okay.
So check your check registry.
No, we don't.
And feel free to come by and see me as well.
Because he's obviously
Okay.
frustrated,
Right, I know.
and he
Correct.
deserves an answer.
Just a second. I think she's answering it, Justin. She's answer?
He's going to come and see me.
Okay, great. Okay, now,
These bills were previously approved by previous boards. Okay? We did not have the money to pay the bills, so they sat in the vault.